What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So some of you might be aware, 2 years and a half ago I published a video called How to Build a City in Fortnite, and it did surprisingly well. It's actually my most viewed video on my channel and it has about 24,000 views, whereas my second most viewed video has around 800. Initially it actually wasn't doing particularly well, and it was only about a year after I made the video that it suddenly started getting views, and I don't even know why. Lightning doesn't usually hit the same place twice, but hopefully it will this time. I put a lot of effort into this video, so hopefully it gets even more views than the first one, but you can't be too sure. In this video, I basically just did the same thing except I made a small Tokyo. So as you guys can see, the first thing that I did is grab a piece of asphalt. I took these pieces from, I think it was the ice cream gallery, the ice cream stands gallery. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, I basically just built a highway because a highway is what you need primarily when building a city. Like, it's the first thing that you want to build because that way you know what to center your city around. Then the second thing I did is try to put some trees in the middle. Now, since this is a Tokyo-inspired city and more like a futuristic Tokyo, I should say, I wanted to put sakura trees because right now it's spring and I really love spring. Spring is actually my favorite season, although up until recently it was winter. Here in Rome, the cherry trees have actually started to blossom as well, which is really nice. They're really beautiful, although there's not many of them here in Rome. But yeah, I just built a whole row. This took quite a bit of time, by the way. I copied some more trees, and then I uh, I pasted them to make this. Then I took the barriers. I think it was from the Mega Mall gallery, but I'm not too sure. But anyway, I just built some, what would you call them? Some barriers, yeah, so that the pedestrians don't get hit. At the time, I didn't actually put any road signs, like no road stripes. I don't know what they're called actually. However, I'll put them on later on in the video, and yeah, some of the trees will get destroyed and I'll have to rebuild them, but you guys will see. The next thing I did is try to build a massive building, like it's really, really tall. I had to actually shorten it later on because I didn't have enough space left. Initially, I tried to make it out of brick, as you guys saw, but it would have no windows and it would just look weird. So I decided to make it out of glass. That's still in the Mega Mall gallery, by the way. Mega Mall Gallery is actually really good for this. Actually, in general, the futuristic galleries are good for this. So, a lot of the things I did later on are also with the Neo Tilted Gallery, because that's a very futuristic gallery as well. Unfortunately, the inside of the buildings is not like it doesn't really have much. They don't really have much inside of them because I only have so much memory. So that building only has like a bottom floor at max. Like, it doesn't have anything other than the bottom floor. It doesn't even have stairs. Then I tried to build a garage. I was kind of inspired by those kinds of Japanese garages uh, that go up and down. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen them, but they're automatic garages. Of course, you can't make those in Fortnite, so I just made a traditional garage. But that's kind of where the idea came from. Then I took these pieces again from the Mega Mall gallery to build an expressway. Now, Tokyo has an expressway. You have to pay for it. Well, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be called an expressway if you didn't have to pay for it. But yeah, it stretches out all across the city, and it's actually quite beautiful because it's a nice part of the skyline. Like, I really like the expressway in my opinion. Then what I did is I picked up these pieces from this piece, I should say, from the primitive something gallery. I don't know, just type primitive and you'll find it. Then I resized it to kind of make it look like the road stripes. That's what I'm calling them, but I'm not sure. So what I found out is that some of the trees were actually deleted when I did that. So I had to rebuild them. The way how I applied these road stripes, I'm just calling them stripes because I don't know what to call them, to the road, is by copy and pasting both the stripe and the what would you call it? the pavement pieces, the road pieces, because otherwise you're gonna have problems. Since to put those stripes, I had to completely turn off the grid, so you're not gonna be able to copy and paste them correctly. I also added some snow effect, as you guys can see. Then I tried to turn the highway around using a very weird trick. I had to basically go to the options and put the rotation to off center. I think it was. I'm not sure if it's the rotation, but you have to go from like off to center only or something like that. I don't know. You guys will see it because there's the word center in it once you turn it on. And yeah, I made this like really bad road, but it's hard to get it right. I mean, I was searching up a tutorial on how to do it, and this is what they told me to do. And even then, they said that it's hard. The next thing I did is I covered the whole map with this kind of pavement so that I could have a kind of foundation. However, later on I found out that I would have to delete like half of it because I mean it was just too much stuff. Then I built this big building, and I also planted two neo tilted buildings. I didn't make those. Those two are buildings from New Tilted, and they're also the only ones in my map that actually have something inside. Although even then, I had to remove a lot of things from, I think it was two of the buildings. Um, one of the buildings here and one of the buildings that I'm going to build later on in the video. So then what I wanted to do was also make like a little Shinjuku. So yeah, Shinjuku, I mean, I'm sure you guys know where it is. It's a really popular district in Tokyo, or at least I think it's a district. It's an area, basically. Um, so I picked up those pieces and I started doing my Shinjuku. Then I also tried to put some of these vents, I guess you could call them, and I tried to regulate the knock-up force so that you could actually go on top of the buildings, on top of the other buildings by jumping on one of those. You guys will see it later on in the video. So then the next thing I did is put Mega Mall right there. Then I started leaving the road and I started remaking it because initially I wanted to free up some memory, but I think I actually only added memory to the game. But then again, it's not like the road takes up that much space, to be honest. Like, I think it only takes up like 3 no, 3 bits per piece, but I could be wrong. The next thing I did is I took one of these cubes from I typed cube, so if you type cube you're gonna find them. Make sure to get the large ones. I took the small ones and tried to resize them so that they would be big. But yeah, there's large ones for you guys already. So yeah, I made these kinds of buildings. So for one of the buildings, I actually took a kind of like a grid thing from the ring gallery and I resized it. And then yeah, yeah, actually everything that I did there that you guys saw there was from the ring gallery. Even the how could I call them, the neon things on top of the massive building that I built earlier that you guys just saw. Yeah, that's all from the ring gallery. Then I try to build a train because obviously, Japan has a really good transportation system, especially Tokyo. However, I was actually clueless on how to actually make it. I searched up a few videos, but nothing helped because there were like really no tutorials on how to make a train. So I had to get creative, and yeah, let's just say that the first results were not too great. However, later on, I kind of realized what I actually had to do to make it work out, and I managed to make it work out. But yeah, the final design was nothing like what you're seeing on screen right now. So the next thing I did is I built a few more buildings, as you can see. You see those grids? That's from the ring gallery. I just basically resized them. Then I built the train using the cube from the cube gallery, whatever it was called, and a few of the shiny parts from the ring gallery, and I managed to build that. I was very, very proud of that train, especially considering I had to make it using my own creativity, because there were no tutorials on YouTube. So that's my thing, and I'm really proud of it. Then I started building walls around the city, and the reason why I did this is because if you just if you're not going to use half the map, it's going to look a bit weird. And walls don't really take up that much space anyway. I probably only used up like 7,000 bits, I think I'd say, building the outer wall. Maybe 10,000, but I'm not too sure. As you guys can see, I had to bring down the top of this building because it was really, really high. And it was just too much. Then also put in a few billboards, as you can see. By the way, let me tell you, I kind of found out how really tall I actually made the building once I tried to put those neon lights from the ring gallery. Like, that took so long. You guys have no idea. Now, as you guys are seeing on screen, I'm just really putting up a few billboards and stuff. I'm writing my own stuff. Obviously, Japanese brands. A lot of the things that I wrote are actually just Japanese words. Now, after all that, I decided to put some lighting, and what I wanted to do is put a cool effect around these sakura trees. So I wanted to, put this purple light, and what really inspired me to do this section is actually an area with a lot of sakura trees and pink lights. That's actually in Tokyo. I will write what it was called in the comment section because I cannot remember what that area is called. But yeah, then I put some lights around, obviously, the Shinjuku area, purple and blue ones to divide them. And yeah, you guys saw like a mini clip of what it looks like from above. But yeah, that's me going with a car through the whole thing, through Shinjuku. I had to go from the side because obviously there's no road connecting these two roads since it's a continuous city, but I couldn't make it bigger. That's the thing. So yeah, I went through the gas station, showed you guys what it's like. Then I put also bus nomi. That's what that says. The yellow part. Bus nomi means bus only. At least that's what Google Translate. Sorry, told me it was. So that's what I wrote. As you guys can see, going up the garage is actually not easy with the car, and going down with it, it's certainly not any easier. In fact, I just once I got to the top, I deleted the car, and I took the one that spawned on the spawn below because yeah, as you guys can see, it's really hard to move it around, especially when you're going down. So then, as you guys can see, these are the zebra crossings, and this is the expressway that I'm really proud of. Except I don't have any payment checkpoints on this highway. I had to slow down right there, as you guys can see, because the road isn't exactly flat, but we'll take it. Then I have to turn around there. I do a nice little drift because obviously it's Tokyo, so you got to do a little Tokyo drift. And yeah, you guys are about to see the problems with the road. Then, I mean, obviously I built this little park right here. There's a few dining tables as well. I'm not sure if you guys saw them. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't do in camera. Probably this whole thing probably took me around 15 hours in total. However, you guys are only going to be able to see 15 minutes of it because the other 7 minutes are me just showing around the city. Well, actually, no. I'm checking right now. It's around 6 minutes for me showing off the city, and 10 minutes of me actually showing how to make the city. So yeah, 99.5% of what I did is not in the video, obviously, because I couldn't make the video too long. But yeah, in this apartment building, I don't know, yeah, you can see it right there. I also put some air conditioning units. These vents on top are in theory supposed to be for air conditioning and natural gases, all that stuff. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen buildings in very, very cold countries, but they're often smoking at the top because of the cold, and you can see the gases that are coming out. So that's kind of what inspired me to do this. But yeah, you guys can see all sorts of words. You can see Toyama, which is the prefecture I want to move to when I move to Japan. You can see all sorts of brandings like Sony, Toyota, it's actually pronounced in Japanese, Nintendo, and also some of the billboards that are pre-made by the game. Now, because I'm on PS5, I actually have ray tracing, so I don't know what this map would look like to you guys on PS4. Because obviously, as you guys can see, some of the buildings are really reflective. I made that on purpose. So yeah, Sony is a big one, obviously. Toshiba, Kawasaki. Although you guys probably can't read that because I wrote it in kanji. It's the green one. Yamaha, it's the blue one. Although you guys cannot really see you cannot see it really that well because of the light. Then I wrote Omae wa mou shindeiru because why not? Then over here I have Honda, Kawasaki, and Yamaha. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a huge fan of motorcycles or motorsports in general. I watch a lot of Formula One, and I can't wait for next Sunday's race. Then I also wrote Kikkoman, as you guys saw, and also Ghost of Tsushima, which is Ghost of Tsushima in Japanese. As you guys can see, yeah, there's nothing inside the buildings, but it's not really like I could build anything, to be fair. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe, share, and leave a like. It really means a lot to me, as this took a long time to make. So I really hope this video does well. So yeah, anyway, that's a slow shot of the city, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys, I love you.